Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you guys doing? Today, I'm talking about snakes under grass. Yes, fake friends, fake people, fake family members. Not all snakes hiss. Some smile before they bite. They stay hidden under the grass for so long that you never even think about cutting it. The grass grows and grows and grows, and they get closer to you, and before you realize it, they bite. Would you guys know that some people choose to remain oblivious to the fact that they have haters or jealous people around them because they feel like if they call it out, they will be known as pick me or feel like they're looking for attention? I'm so sorry. Okay, no, because I don't understand why people don't know what a pick me is. They make it seem as if we're the pathetic ones who care too much and don't want negativity around us. When they see the signs, they ignore them like it's nothing. But snakes under grass actually cause more harm to us than we think. And no, it's not just the effect of them not liking you. It's deeper than that. If this resonates with you, you already know what to do. My name is Hillary. Welcome to LAHRI. There is no way to have people respect you without having boundaries. That just does not make sense. You need to teach people how to treat you, or else they'll just treat you however they please. In the process of this, you might lose people, but that is just boundaries doing their job. They're not just for fun, okay? Boundaries are not just for fun. They're to make sure that you have the right people in your life, and that could mean cutting them off. Anyways, cutting people off shouldn't be an excuse for your pride, because sometimes that is what it is, okay? You don't cut people off because of that reason. You cut people off because you want to protect your peace and your mental space. It's important to remember that when someone makes a mistake once, that can be seen as a human flaw. However, if the same behavior is repeated without any signs of growth, it starts to reflect a character trait. It should be a last resort if you have communicated your boundaries and if you have been noticing patterns. Starting soft and working our way up to the most outlandish people. On the bottom, the sweet villain. This is my favorite. They're snakes, but they're as sly as foxes. Why would you ever doubt their loyalty? In case you still don't know who the sweet villains are, they are the people who are too nice. Like too nice, too good to be true. Yes, those kind of people. The reason I'm saying you should be aware of people who are too nice is because that could sometimes be a cover they put up to hide their insecurities or their jealousy. Obviously, this isn't every nice person. Some people are genuine and they need the compliments that they give you. But the other half, they're overly nice to you. They compliment you all the time. They compliment your looks, and they probably have never opposed you on anything. They're always on your side. This can be dangerous because often they do this to get closer to you and not in a positive way. I'm sure you guys have probably heard the saying, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. Being artificially sweet is how they gain your trust, but they harbor resentment towards you and might even be trying to emulate you. And this might just be me. You guys might see this as admiration, but they copy your mannerisms, your jargon, your sense of style, the way that you sit, you name it. It doesn't bother me too much, but just be yourself. Jealousy doesn't always look like hate or actively trying to bring you down. Some people get attached to you instead of attacking you. This way they can present themselves as a kind person and gain access to you. If you ever choose to confront them, they can easily shift the narrative and reposition themselves as the harmed party or the victim. I know someone where it's as if they want to like me, but their insecurities are stopping them. In that case, they may act overly cordial because they're trying to convince their brain that they like you. They could sincerely admire you, yet simultaneously experience a sense of trepidation or apprehension in your presence. This situation can be described as having ambivalent feelings. You're not cutting them off because they're overly nice or because you suspect jealousy. You're cutting them off because this is a consistent pattern you have seen and something that you have addressed. You also cut them off because it could turn to emotional manipulation quickly. Speaking of people who are overly nice to you, we have the Polite Underminer, aka the congrats but friend. I'm talking about the person who loves to give backhanded compliments. They will say anything but actually compliment you. For this person, their support is on clearance and they are professionals with sweet insults. When you achieve something, they will be there to support you, but not in the way that you expect. They consistently belittle your accomplishments, often expressing surprise when you actually succeed or achieve something remarkable because they hold such low expectations of you. Some of you might already be familiar with certain backhanded compliments. They usually hint at doubt, criticism, surprise disguised as praise, or low expectations, even though they sound like compliments at first. Some classic examples are when someone says, "You're so confident, I could never be like that," or "I love how you don't care what people think." Often this suggests that you're doing something they find embarrassing and something that they would never attempt. Okay? But honestly, so what? So what? You're right. I don't care what other people think. So can you stop making it seem as if I should be caring? Because I don't. I don't. When it's appearance related, it could be that you got a new hairstyle, then they comment on how you look now versus how bad you looked before. I mean, you changed so much I couldn't even recognize you. That's how bad you look. Simply saying you look good would suffice, but they just have to emphasizing how you look turns it into a backhanded jab. Some people will always leave you second guessing yourself when they downplay your achievements. That was impressive, but anyone could have done that. And you might think that they are right, as if what you did wasn't that hard or they didn't try your best, suggesting that anyone could have accomplished what you did. But I don't think that way. Again, whatever it is, you have done an amazing job and they cannot walk a mile in your shoes. If cutting them off helps you protect your confidence, do not hesitate. You deserve healthy relationships, and people who truly support you are not the ones who undermine your efforts. So just like with the low budget haters is the shadow racer or the silent competitor. It's all in the name. I don't know why you would want to keep someone who's always looking to one-up you in your circle. These people also usually eschew playing fair, and they are always waiting to seize an opportunity that allows them to elevate themselves at your expense, even if it means disseminating unfounded rumors to enhance their own image. However, the stark reality remains: if you find yourself reliant on fabrications about other people to lift your own standing, it is a clear indication that you are in fact grappling with your own shortcomings. I actually love people who push me to grow, and I remember back in junior high school when I was schooling in Ghana, the teachers would rank us based off our exam results, and they would put that up for everyone to see. So exam time was like competition time, because you have your target and you know who you're going to pass, because the previous year you knew who you were under. You had to study hard in order to pass and not embarrass yourself. Okay, but I feel like that really encouraged healthy competition. That was healthy competition, because even though we were competing with each other, we would give each other tips on how to study. And yeah, that's healthy competition. It's really nice. I wish that they did that over there, because I feel like it would encourage more people to study. The honor roll is just like alphabetical order, but I wish it was based off of GPA. Nonetheless, that board they put up was what motivated you to study, because you wanted to maintain your image. Some people, I don't even know what. Oh my goodness. I almost fell. Like, I'm not joking. So I am sitting on a stack of books. Because okay. I am sitting on the chair, but I'm sitting on a stack of books so that I'm like higher. No, because if God said do something, and I know. If you can't work with what you have now, you won't be able to work with what God is going to give you later. Some people engage in unhealthy competition with you. Some people engage in unhealthy competition with you to the extent that you cannot have a conversation with them without it turning into a you versus me scenario. It's important to choose collaboration over competition. Oh, and this is also something that I want to share with you guys, because in that environment, like in school, like the school that I went to, not only do you have to pass because of your image, if you don't, they do punish you. They literally beat us with like those broad wooden things, the canes. Like, I feel like that is so outdated. That is so outdated. And a lot of Africans normalize abuse and then call it discipline because, well, spare the rod, spoil the child. Like, it's like something in the Bible like that. Like in Proverbs, I think. But then, you guys think Jesus was beat? Like, but like, I don't know. I just feel like it's so outdated. And the whole cutting your hair to study thing, that makes no sense. That literally makes no sense, especially with the people who go to senior high school and they're like, you have to cut your hair so that how does that help you study? And what? No, because if you're saying that, oh, it's to help the teachers also focus, that's just weird because they still have affairs with the teachers. The hair isn't doing anything. I feel like someone needs to do something about the education system over here. It's weird. You're not even learning anything too. You're going to graduate and then you're not even going to get a place to work. Guys, you can't make this up. We cannot make this up. Anyways, back to our topic. When someone competes with you, they often downplay your achievements, which can negatively affect your self-esteem. This creates unhealthy pressure, and if you are not careful, you might end up playing their game. They perceive you as an adversary, and that is not how a healthy friendship or relationship should be. Captain Planet, he's the hero. Gonna take it down to 0. Just to find it. Captain Planet is Earth, Fire, Wind, Water. Yeah, go Planets. Next up, we have Captain It Won't Work, also known as the pessimist. Try your best. Do your possible best to keep them at a distance. I know I just like switched and I'm like really serious right now, but I'm serious. I'm serious. You don't, there's so much negativity in the world. You just don't need more in your circle. No brainer, bro. Keep them at a distance because they could easily discourage you from becoming a better version of yourself. They're always negative and can only see the worst possible outcomes. You cannot share your plans with them without encountering skepticism. They deride your plans even before you start them. Incessant negativity can shift your mindset, and the people in your circle matter more than you think. Pessimism has the power to impede your progress and slow your momentum. Also, if you really want what you're doing to work and for you to, what was that? Was that just my floater or like, did I see? Also, if you really want something to work and for you to be confident in what you're doing, do not tell anyone about it because announcing your plans can bring confusion, outside noise, distraction, and a false sense of achievement. Surround yourself with positive people, people who want you to succeed, and honestly, people who genuinely believe that you can do whatever you have set your mind to. Limit the realists who are really just putting fear into you and discouraging you. And while you are at that, make sure that you are also an optimistic person as well. Next is the podcast host, and on their show, you are the hot topic. To you, they are your best friend, but whenever you are not there, they switch up. One thing that I have also learned is that if your so-called friend tells you the bad things that a group of friends were saying about you while they were present, they're not your friend. Oh shoot, I moved it. Okay, hopefully that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm back. A genuine friend would foster an atmosphere of loyalty, ensuring that those around them understand that speaking ill of you would be met with swift accountability. It is this sense of allegiance that tells others that they cannot malign your character in the presence of this friend. They also pit people against you and highlight your flaws or your bad moments so that the other person has a warped perception of your character, making them seem morally superior. Next is the FBI intern, the monitoring person. I see you. I remember when I told someone about my content and they didn't follow me. Okay, they weren't supporting me, right? And we were having this conversation, and then they end up telling me the number of followers that I had, but they're not following me. Right. They were like, you have 20,000 followers and you still aren't getting paid. If you ask me, that was a waste of time. And pause with me for a second. We're not going to focus on the fact that she said it was a waste of time. Like, I was wasting my time telling these people things that we were talking about politics, for crying out loud. If you are not into politics, what are you into? Pokemon? Guys, if you know, you know. Okay, let's focus. Okay, but do you guys think that that was a good estimate, or can we speculate and say that this person had me in their recent searches? But yes, these people will not like your post. The only support they give you is their views. They don't support you publicly, but know everything that you are doing. They watch you and compare themselves to you or report to others. I would say that these people are related to the podcast hosts. They gather information about you so they know how to disrupt your plans by discouraging you or downplaying your achievements. Like, I think it was a waste of time if you ask me. Nobody asked you. Nobody. If you're friends with someone and you feel as though every time you're being watched, maybe it's time you let go of that friendship, because trust your gut. Like, you guys do not understand. Like, the discernment be working, but you guys just pretend you don't see it. Like, what is it? Cutting them off won't stop them from stalking you or like monitoring you, but now that they're not in close proximity with you, it's going to be harder for them to foil your plans or stifle your growth. You're also protecting your mental space because you're not always giving them, explanations on what you are doing so that they can go and tell the people who do not like you. Speaking of which, we also have the two-table tourist or the neutral traitor. It will never make sense to me. Like, I will not prevent someone from being friends with another person, but like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me because it feels like unnecessary drama, and I can't go into a relationship with someone if I don't 100% trust them, like, even if it's a friendship, because I already have my guard up around strangers, so I need a space to have my guard down, and then I can trust you, because it's complicated, and I know, like, being friends with someone doesn't like me, it just doesn't sit right with me, so you can just go ahead and be friends with them. Yeah, because I value my peace. Okay. Next is the repeating apologist. And this is the person who apologizes but never changes. Is that rhyme? Some people only apologize for their pride. They just want to save face and be morally correct. Do not apologize to me for that reason, okay? Just know that after 3 hours of pondering, I will probably forgive you because I do not have time to be holding a grudge with you. Also because it's in the Bible that we shouldn't hold grudges. So, like, they apologize to avoid the conversation that needs to be had. An apology without change is manipulation. Recently, I've been getting really stingy with my time and my presence. 2026 Hillary is not going to be too tolerant. We're done with that, okay? Like, no. Like, I just feel like I'm too nice. And people just, they can't help but but yeah, they apologize for that temporary relief. And if you find yourself around people who are like that, you can forgive them, but do not allow access, because they will continue to drain you and you will keep getting hurt. Cut them off. Not everyone deserves confrontation. On top of the pyramid, going 3 for 3, once again, is the thank you extortionist. Hold on, that's a bit confusing. The emotional briber. So let me get this straight. You disrespect someone, you hurt them, insult them, disregard them, don't give them any chances. Did I mention insult them? And then you want to buy them with what? Joker. See, me, you cannot buy me with anything. I don't care if you bought land and told me you were going to provide the funds for me to build my mansion. Do I look like a joke to you? Get out of here. Please, no. You cannot cause emotional damage and then try to fix it with tangible temporary gifts. Oh, hey, I probably gave you a wound you remember forever, but take this goodie bag and smile. Yes, come on, you can do it. Leave and do not return. If you hurt someone like that, you sit and talk with them, and let me not forget, you don't apologize the next day and then expect immediate forgiveness. Okay, you need to give that person time. The only reason they apologize that quickly is to diffuse the tension. Sometimes quick apologies are not about accountability. They're about shutting down the conversation before you address what happened. They need to go, and I will not justify their behavior in any way. I don't care if that's how you grew up or I don't. Last note, make sure that you are also moving with discernment. If my intuition says you're out, you're out. Call me toxic, but I will not give you an explanation. My phone's about to die, y'all. Anyway, key takeaways. Boundaries are essential. Teach people how to treat you and protect your peace. Overly nice people can be dangerous. Watch for performative kindness or subtle jealousy. Recognize patterns. Consistent behavior is more revealing than one-time mistakes. Healthy competition is constructive. Avoid people who try to one-up you or undermine your achievements. Limit negative influences. Pessimists, manipulators, and public pretenders drain energy. Trust your intuition. If someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries or acts suspiciously, distance yourself. Apologies require action. Forgiveness without change isn't protection, it's vulnerability. Material gifts cannot fix emotional harm. Emotional accountability comes before anything else. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested. Remember that I love you. God loves you. Peace. Mwah. Bye, y'all. See you in the next video. Trust your intuition. If someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries or acts suspiciously distant, I'm done. I'm so done. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, no. Okay, nobody's gonna know. Where am I? Trust your intuition. If someone repeatedly... Trust your intuition. If someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries or acts suspiciously so